With Comfort Show. I hope you are hearing me. On this show, we aim to add value to people on business, enterprise, and personal growth. And each show is organized to feature special guests who are usually subject matter experts that helps us to throw more insights. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, you can hear now. Okay, thank you. Usually subject matter experts that helps us to share more insights on the topic of the day. So you are most welcome. We are glad you are able to join us. Today, I'm absolutely delighted to host you on this impactful conversation titled Influence and Authority: Becoming the Go-To Voice in Your Industry. That is that person that is reckoned with in the specific industry that you belong to. In a world full of noise, content, and competition, one question stands out. Who do you trust? Or who do people trust? Who do they listen to? What becomes the reference point when decision must be made? Who is that person that, oh, go to Mr. So 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 or Mrs. Someone? That person is the go-to voice that we're referring to. So let me start with a simple but powerful truth. Influence is not about noise. Authority is not about titles. Influence is about trust, consistency, value, and visibility. While authority, on the other hand, is about credibility, expertise, positioning, and recognition. Many people are skilled, but only few are recognized. Many people have knowledge, but only a few are consulted. So today, we will explore what makes someone a go-to voice, why some people are overlooked despite their competence, and how you can strategically build influence and authority. Now, to help us unpack all this deeply, I'm excited to inform you that our special guest for this show today is already in the house, waiting patiently for us to beckon on him. This we shall do in a short while after this timeout. So please remain connected. We'll be right back. Thank you. Thank you for staying true. Before we welcome our guests, permit me to give you a bit of his deep profile. This is an abridged one. Dr. Abel AIG Aseng, PhD, CFE, FCCA, FCA, is the current Executive Secretary, so Chief Executive Officer of Association of Accountancy Bodies in West Africa, known as ABUA for short. ABUA is a 16-member association of professional accountancy organizations in the West Africa sub-region. Under its leadership, ABUA became an IFAC, that's International Federation of Accountants, recognized network partner and the arrowhead for the implementation of accounting technician scheme West Africa, that is also known as ASWA, across the sub-region. Prior to his ABUA engagement, Dr. Aseng had a meritorious 20 years career with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAN, rising from the position of pioneer manager for the mandatory continuing professional development, known then as MCPD, in 1996, excuse me, to coordinating director for the faculties of ICANN within 11 years. Under his leadership, the institute commenced the forensic certification programs, the professional practice monitoring initiative, and the issuance of the Nigerian standard on auditing. Dr. Asseyin successfully implemented two World Bank grants, which produced the Institute's revised Code of Ethics for Professional Accountants and the 2014 syllabus for professional examinations, as well as the study path for all the 15 subjects. For several years, he served as Rapporteur General for ICANN Annual Accountants Conference. He retired from ICANN in 2016 as Deputy Registrar Technical Services. An avid research personality and widely traveled resource person, Dr. Asseyin is a renowned ghost writer. He has published over 50 articles on contemporary economic, business, accounting, and management issues in reputable journals. He holds a BSc, he holds a BSc and MSc degrees from the University of Akoka, University of Lagos, pardon me, Akoka, MBA Accounting and Finance from University of Ibadan, and a Doctor of Philosophy PhD degree in accounting from Bako University. He is a fellow of ICANN, fellow of ACCA, fellow of Forensic Accounting Researchers, a certified fraud examiner, and an associate member of the Nigeria Institute of Management. He is also a member of the Board of Trustees of Multidisciplinary Finance Professionals MFP Group. He has attended many courses at home and abroad. It is my absolute pleasure this evening to welcome our guest for today's show, someone who has not only built credibility in his field, but also has become a respected voice whose insights are sought after. And that makes him the right person for this very important topic for the show today. Please join me in making welcome Dr. Abel AIG Asseyin, PhD, CFE, FCCA, FCA, to the show today. We are honored to have you with us today. It is great to have you on this side of the platform because you are a regular audience on this show, not only audience, a contributor on the show. But today you are coming in as our special guest. So it's nice to have you, and we thank you very much for accepting to do this for us. You are welcome. And you permit me, maybe after your response, to reset. I don't know, my picture is not showing. I just have to reset quickly. Give me a minute to do that. Just a minute.
Okay.
Being relevant in your field of occupation is proof that you are properly educated. When my parents and I were thinking about my university education, Bowen University Iwo was our first choice. Bowen University helps you to get the most of whatever course you're studying and also educates you on how to excel in a competitive labor market. From the day I arrived here, I knew when I would graduate, and my mind has been positively transformed since then, thanks to my able lecturers. My name is Salumi. I am a medical student, a sanctuary keeper, and a violinist at Bowen University. To the medical world, remember my name.
Bowen University, for excellence and godliness.
Thank you for staying through.
Yeah.
Now, Dr. Aseyin, you can respond now. I was just trying to reset the.
Okay, thank you very much, my reverse past president, my distinguished reverse past president. It's a great honor to be part of this program, this global program that's created a lot of insight, a lot of issues that people have benefited from. I commend you for this initiative. I'm delighted to be here, at least to participate. Thank you, ma'am, for this opportunity.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So without much ado, we'll go straight to the interview segment. And first, we'll try to make our audience to understand the influence and authority that we're talking about. So let's start from the foundation. When we talk about influence and authority, what do these terms really mean in today's professional and business landscape?
Okay, thank you very much, ma. The issue of influence and authority, they are both very important. They are strategies for achieving predetermined goals, either by persuasion or by coercion. With influence, you are able to encourage people, persuade people to take a different line of thoughts, to give them a superior opinion, and they share it with you, and they decide to buy into your idea. And so over time, you build trust. In the case of authority is somewhat ambiguous here, because one, it means coercion, getting the power, legitimate power to encourage people to do something. But the way we are looking at it tonight also means that you graduate from the level of influence to authority in that particular area, where everybody can refer to you and say, look, you are the final boss stop on this issue. Once we refer to you, you give us the real opinion of what should be taken as the gospel truth.
Thank you very much. So you are the trusted voice, more or less, because you command that authority. Thank you very much. So when with that explanation, what distinguishes someone who is merely visible from someone who is truly influential?
Yes, thank you for this question, man. I think it's the difference is between popularity and impact. Popularity and impact. The person who is visible, who is just visible, may be famous, may be known, may be trending, but may not have the depth, may not have the technical depth. So it's just known. But the person who is influential who has built trust over time, who has integrity, who is able to produce reports that are credible, that everybody can accept. Such people make a lot of difference in the environment. What we try to say most times is that visibility fills the room, but somebody who is influential moves the room. Visibility fills the room, but somebody who is influential, he moves the room. If you want action, if you want things done, you go to the person who is influential. The person who is just visible can make all the noise, but will not be able to deliver on the mandate that has been given. So the influential person is the person to visit, is the person to rely on. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. That's a fantastic response. And the capping it with your last statement about visibility filling the room, while the
influence moves the room.
The influential one actually impact and they move the room. That's the greatest thing is how impactful. It's like talking of quantity and quality.
Yeah,
how impactful are you? So that's what we should aim at being, not just being a noisemaker, to be somebody of value, somebody that is impacting on others. Thank you very much. That's a brilliant response.
Thank you.
Now, with that in mind, it's telling us to build credibility. And if we look at it from that angle of having to build credibility, many people are hardworking and knowledgeable, but remain unnoticed. So why do you think some professionals struggle to become recognized voices in their industry despite their competence?
Yes, thank you very much, ma, for this question. You see, the issue of recognition for professionals, it has to do with their attitude. Most professionals just focus on the work. They focus on the work. They do not talk about exposing themselves, creating visibility, promoting themselves. They don't do that. All they do is focus on the work. Take, for instance, our firms of accountants. They don't advertise. When you go to a building where you have accountants, you see a small signpost that says AAA and Co. That's all you see. So you don't even know what they do. They don't promote themselves. They don't advertise. And because of this, they have a lot of challenge of people getting them recognized. Look at, they go to a firm to go and audit, for instance. They spend some 3 months auditing the establishment. All they have to show for it is just that 1-page opinion. And it does not tell so much about the hard work they have done. So except they come out and promote themselves, nobody will value the type of job that they do. The other aspect of it is that accountants are very conservative. We do not engage in strategic networking. We do not. We are very reserved. We don't want to be seen. We don't want to be heard. We just keep quiet, do the work, let the work speak for us. The work in this day can no longer speak for you. You need to come out from your shell and promote yourself. That's my response to that question, ma'am.
Thank you. And it's well said. But I just want to play the devil's advocate to speak on behalf of our team in accountant. What you said is quite on point, and that's what we should now move from, like you said, coming out of our shell to where we should be. But like I said, not to blame them too much, is from the background and the way we were brought up, in quotes now, professionally. We are expected to be conservative. We are expected to not to be showing, and in fact, looking at our ethics before, it will be frowned upon, if not even kicked against. If you, like what obtains now, you have a big billboard showing this and that, this Joe Block and Co. is doing this, is doing this. You'll be sanctioned. But things have since changed, and I think that's your message. Because things have changed, we also need to change. like they say, if you don't blow your trumpet, it can either get rusty or even get stolen.
Stolen,
So,
that's true.
that's the current trend that we are in now. So we need to promote ourselves, although within reasonable level. But we need for me, the one that I want people to hold on to more is that strategic networking that you mentioned. Is very, very key. It's very important. We cannot just get subsumed in the work we are doing on the field or doing for clients and not be able to network. Because even in networking, that achieve a lot of things that maybe the bigger billboard would have done for us. It's very important, and not just networking, strategic networking. So those words are very sound for people to take note. Thank you very much for that response. So with that in mind, what are the key pillars of building credibility that people often overlook?
Okay, the issue of credibility, when we are discussing credibility, we are looking at the character, we are looking at the competence of people, how they relate to all the other people, persons. We see them as experts. They are able to deliver on their mandate. But they are human. Because they are human, they can make mistakes. So if you make mistake and as an expert, do not pass the buck. Apologize for that mistake that you have made. Don't see yourself as infallible. You are a human being, so you are fallible. So admit that you have made mistakes, apologize for the mistakes, and try and look at the lessons you have learned from that mistake that you have made and explain it to your audience. And that will actually enhance your credibility because they know that you know what you're doing and you saw the error and you are explaining to them the mistake you made and what lessons you have learned, and therefore it will not recur. And that gives them a real reassurance that you know what you are doing. A second aspect of it is that as leaders, we take decisions, but we do not quite explain to the people who are to carry out that decisions the reason why we have done so, the motive behind our decisions. If I walk into an organization and say, go and get this thing for me, the person going to do it will just imagine, why am I instructing him like this? But if I explain that, oh, this document I asked you to go and get is strategic to the contract we want to sign with this body. We didn't take it along. Quickly go and get it. You will run. You go and get it because you know your livelihood is at stake. So as leaders, we must provide motive. As an expert, try and provide motive for the decisions that you are taking. Otherwise, people will just think that you are passing a lot of information to them without giving them a background as to why they have to do what you're asking them to do.
Very, very true. Very true. Sorry, we have another glitch. Let me quickly correct that on the video. I don't know why this is recording, but I'll be right back. Just a minute. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am.
Sorry, that's the twin side of the benefit of technology. We are having so many cliches on that today.
We are used to it.
Well, thank you very much. So you've said it rightly, and one thing that for me that I want to stress for our audience is that we must be ready to own up to our faults instead of passing the buck. It gives you more credibility, not by living in denial, because then people are now going to look at you as somebody that is not serious or somebody that cannot be trusted or relied upon. But if you know something, like our guest rightly said, we are human beings. Nobody is infallible, so you cannot say you all the time you all desire to be perfect, but nobody is that perfect. So you own up. And then the other aspect that I also want to stress is this issue of making people to understand. You understand what you have in mind when you are giving out instruction, but the people you are giving out instruction to may not really be on the same page with you. But if you carry them along and you make them to understand, they are likely to do that which you want them to do better. So those are key things, and sometimes we overlook, and that causes a problem for us. Thank you very much for that response, Dr. Aseng. Now let's talk about positioning. How can someone intentionally position themselves as a thought leader in their field? Having given all these instances that we have given for credibility, go-to voice, and other, how can you position yourself?
Okay, I think for better understanding, maybe we need to let our audience know that when you are talking about a thought leader, we are talking about somebody who is a subject matter expert, somebody who has opinion that is well respected, somebody who is innovative, somebody who thinks beyond the ordinary, somebody who questions the status quo, somebody who thinks that things should happen. He doesn't watch things happen. He doesn't ask what happened. He makes things happen. So he's the thought leader. He's the one that says, this is the direction we should go. If you want to position yourself as a thought leader, then obviously you must create a niche for yourself. Where exactly do you want to exercise this your thought leadership? What area is it? And once you have determined this, then you need to do what I call creating a credibility engine. You need to help yourself create a place where you can study hard about this particular matter that you have in mind. This issue that you have, you need to study hard. You need to document how you have been doing your things. You do not just go into a place and tell them, oh, this is what you need to do. Let them have evidence of what you have done, the areas where you made mistakes, the areas where you had successes. Tell them the story so that they know what to do. Then consistently, you must imbibe the spirit of doing what is right and credible so that people can come back to you all the time. The quality of what you do must measure up to standard. So these are the areas where you need to look at if you want to be a thought leader in your field.
Thank you very much. So in a nutshell, consistency and competence play a big role in this conversation. It's important for us to be consistent, and also the competence also would go a long way to make people to respect us, to assert our authority. Thank you very much. So in line with this, what does content speaking, what role does content speaking, writing, social media play in building authority?
Okay, but the issue of content speaking, writing, and social media, they are strategies for conveying your message to your audience. You want to show that you have the substance, you know what you're doing. You want to showcase your quality. You want to showcase your expertise. You want them to believe that you know what you're saying. So you decide the quality of what you are going to write, what you are going to share with the audience. It has to be something that is credible, something that is thought-provoking. If you want to do it by way of addressing the audience, maybe speaking in a conference, through webinar or podcast, that gives you an element of bringing your person to bear what you're doing. People can link you with the information you are passing and say, this is the gentleman that has been giving all this information. We now know the face of the person who is doing it. You are building yourself and connecting with your audience. You are connecting directly with your audience. If you want to go for writing, for me, as a ghostwriter, writing makes a lot of impact because it endures. It's a long-term asset.
It's documented.
It's a long-term asset. Yes, it's documented. So people can cite it, people can make reference to it. So if you want to share ideas and you want to write it down, then do it in such a way that it can be a reference material for all the other people that are doing. Again, if it is social media you want to do, social media will help you amplify. Social media will help you amplify the message you are conveying. Through social media, you build a community of people. You create a community of people who trust you, people who are able to share your ideas. Then you are able to interact. Online interaction, almost spontaneously, as you are posting something, somebody is telling you, no, this is how it should be. You are interacting with a community that helps you to build your credibility over time. So I think that the issue of the content that you are creating, the issue of whether you are speaking or writing or using social media, they are all ways of enhancing your reputation because you are providing information, showing your expertise to them so that they know exactly so that they can trust you. Each time they see any information from you, they say it's coming from this source and it's something that we can trust and rely on.
Fantastic. So I hope our audience are getting that because we asked the question earlier about how can you be strategically intentional, and that is some of the things that we can do to be strategic and intentional in positioning ourselves. So in this, we talked about writing, speaking, using social media. What role does personal branding play in this journey?
Personal branding. You are looking at your own image. How do you want your image to be managed? How do you want people to perceive you? Yeah. How do you want them to assess your quality, the values that you share, the opinion you are giving to them? That is what your branding is all about. So it's important that you deliberately have a strategy of branding yourself, so that because it's going to help your reputation, it's going to help your image, it's going to help your career progression, it's going to help the way society perceives you. So you need to give special attention to your branding. You need to give special attention to your branding. For instance, you see a chartered accountant that is going to a place, it's not well dressed, he doesn't have a tie on and a suit, and he's going to a place to go and make presentation. I mean, he's not branding himself well. As an accountant and somebody who is supposed to manage figures, when you appear in a place, they see you as a responsible person that can be trusted with the asset of an organization. So present yourself, not as I'm wearing a t-shirt, just a shirt like this, and I'm going for an interview. No, nobody will look at it as somebody, or you wear a t-shirt. So personal branding is very critical to all professionals. You must deliberately have strategies to brand yourself so that people can know who you are and what you represent.
Very, very good. And it just reminds me of a true life story that was once shared when this topic was on in a particular setting that I was. Somebody was saying that they've heard so much about the person they wanted to give the job to. They had already made their mind up because of his antecedents, they've heard about him and all that, and the work he has done before. And so they positioned that to give him the job. But the man appeared in a rickety vehicle to start with, and his jacket was not even matching with his trousers, and they look at him from top to bottom. I said, is this person that we are going to entrust millions of dollars too. No way. Even without talking to him.
You won't get the job.
So it might sound funny, but it's truism, it's true to life.
Yeah.
That Yoruba adage says that it's the way you present yourself that people will address you or assess you. So it's important also for us to make sure that we fit the bill in terms of our personal branding, not only in appearance, in other things that could be attributed to our personal makeup, so that we are at least seeing somebody that, yes, I can relate with this person and I can trust whatever it is that you are going there for with. So it's important. So thank you, Mr. Say. You just Dr. Say, you just reminded me of that. Say. So now let's make this practical. If someone wants to become a go-to voice in the next, let's say, between 12 to 24 months from now, what should they start doing immediately? Like those who have not been doing it, but they desire it, what should they start doing right now to position themselves within the next 12 months to be a go-to voice?
Okay, my first suggestion would be that they should look for a mentor.
Okay.
Look for a mentor who is a thought leader himself. That thought leader will help you to determine the line that you want to follow, the path you want to follow. Because he will look at your antecedents and tell you, okay, you are good in content creation. Oh, okay, you are good in speaking. Okay, you are good in writing. Okay, you are good in social media interaction. It will guide you as to what to do. So you need a mentor who will show you the way. That's number one. Number two, you need also to determine your niche. Determine your area of niche, area of specialization that you want to make an impact, where you think that you have the competence and you are also sure that you'll be consistent in delivering value to your audience. Once you have identified it, again, I encourage you, go deep, read hard, research in that particular area, because you might enter a gathering where you think you are passing information and somebody says, oh, that message is belated and most current, and it gives you additional information. And you find that the idea that you were putting across has since expired. So as somebody who wants to be a top leader, you must be ahead. So you must read, you must be ahead of the audience, you must be ahead of everybody. So that when you are talking from a position of authority, people are listening to you and keying into your views. So begin with having a mentor. Then the mentor will assist you to sift what you want to do and the area that you think that you are good in. Again, the mentor will help you remove the old things that you have in your brain. There are a lot of things you have to unlearn. There are a lot of things you need to unlearn. There are fresh things you need to learn so that you can make an impact in the industry that you want to be in. So areas of investment in knowledge is very key so that you can be an authority that we want you to be in that field, so that people can come to you. You must be innovative with ideas. You must come around and tell people, let us do this, and they be sure that at the end of it all, you have the value that you are promising. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. We must be steps ahead of those that we are showing ourselves that we are go-to voice, because if they know better than you, why would they come to you?
Come to you.
Yeah, I mean that's just the basic truth about that. If they are the one to update you of the current position, and you are sharing a stale news or something, then why will you be the go-to voice? So from there, it shows that we must be steps ahead of our contemporaries. We must research. It takes a lot to really be the respected voice of people to defer to. So you have to earn that respect. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
You cannot be living on past glory. You must research and update yourself, be current and more proactive in some areas too. And the issue of getting a mentor is just key, because the mentor who has been there, the mentor has been there before you, will be able to assess where you are currently, what you need to do, how you need to go about it, and like he said, what you need to unlearn, because unlearning is part of learning. We must know those things that are of no value for us anymore, and we don't get that bogged down with that, or cluster ahead with what is not useful. Something of value, something that's going to make you to be impactful. So we have to unlearn, and in the process of learning, unlearning is also part of it. Thank you very much, Dr. Aseyin.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what are the most common mistakes people make when trying to build influence that you think people should avoid? Because if there are mistakes, obviously we need to avoid it.
Yes, as somebody who is an influencer, your purpose is to ensure that people get value. But if you then focus on your self-interest instead of the value that the audience will get, then it's a major error on your part. What am I saying? That don't focus on yourself. Focus on the audience that you are delivering value to, because they are the people that would validate and say, yes, what this gentleman told us is good. So ensure that you do not focus on yourself, but you focus on the needs of your audience. That's the first thing you must do. The second one, you must be consistent in your actions. Once you are inconsistent, if you say A today, tomorrow you say B, the people you are talking to will not trust you. You earn the trust because you are consistent. You are consistently giving high quality value. So if you then give high quality value today, the following day, what you have given is substandard, they will not trust you. So people should avoid being inconsistent in their actions. A third one that I want to recommend is that don't listen to yourself. Listen to people. Don't be the one just talking and talking and talking and talking. Get a feedback. Let people talk to you. Let them tell you their own views so that exactly you know what you're doing. Because sometimes you might have some invalid assumptions. Again, we just said just now that somebody would think that he knows it. He comes into the hall, he's giving information that is wrong, that is outdated. So you need to come to the plate. Don't make a wrong assumption that, they don't know I'm the authority. You are not the authority. You are to listen to them, get a feedback, and from their perspective, you are likely to do something differently. So learn to accept superior arguments from even the audience, if they have. Because sometimes when somebody is trying to share an idea with you, because you know it's superior, you are trying to knock him down. And I think that is a wrong approach to it. If you want to influence people and they tell you, this is it, and you believe that they have a superior solution, there's no reason why you should not buy into that superior solution, instead of you trying to influence them wrongly. Again, because of your expertise, they want to trust you. But if you find a perspective that is superior to the opinion you have, please accept and adapt it to your line of thinking. Thank you.
Very, very interesting and very correct. Thank you very much. I hope people are really learning this, because the key word in all he has said is feedback. Feedback we cannot do without feedback, because you don't see yourself all the time. And if you are communicating with people, you must get that feedback that you are passing the message. Some people are speaking, they are not communicating. So feedback is very, very key for us to make sure that we do the right thing and avoid the common mistakes people trying to build influence make. Thank you very much. So how can someone build authority even if they are just starting out?
Again, as we have said, the person must first identify his area of interest. then it needs to invest in research. Research is important so that you can hone your knowledge in this particular area. So that as you begin to interact with people, you share ideas and get further perspective from others. Then they can begin to trust your views. Because if you are not well equipped, you will not be able to lead the people, as we say. Engage with people. Network is very important. Through that process, you are able to have more information, have updated information, know what is happening in that industry, so that you can bring in your perspective, your superior perspective, based on the research that you have done. If you don't know what is happening in an industry, it will be difficult for you to make contribution that will enhance the quality of that industry. So get perspective of people who are players there. Then you know what they are doing and what you think they can improve on. Then provide solutions that will help them. And that is the way they can trust you. If you don't relate to industry influencers, people who are key people in the industry, then you have a lot of issues on your hand. Again, I repeat, you need to find a niche. You need to invest in research to hone your skills. These are very key. And that's the only way you can give high quality information to your audience. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. This is incredibly insightful. Find your niche. Know where you have what we call comparative advantage, where you are above others, and then build on it. Of course, it must be your area of interest, because sometimes things can get off. Your interest will get you going. So it's very important to adhere to that advice given by our special guest. So, as a final message to anyone who wants to become the go-to voice in the industry, what would that be, just in 1 minute?
Consistency and competence are very key. Consistency and competence are very key. I was reading something, it says, your competence will bring in the customers. Your competence will bring in the customers. And your consistency will make those customers loyal customers to you, because they believe that you are going to give them quality service over time. They know that you are competent. They know that you consistently give them quality output. And that will ensure that the customers become loyal. They become loyal to you over time. So for everyone, strive to have the competence and strive to deliver consistently, so that people who trust you will continue to trust you over time. Except you do that, you'll be out of the business.
And they will even help to refer people to you, because they are already
yes.
and they are convinced.
In fact, that's the way you can become an authority, because once they begin to come to you, they say that's the person you go to. Consistently, you will deliver. It becomes the authority that we started with. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. The time is fast spent, but let's see if we can quickly squeeze in the rapid fire section. Just one answer question. One word that defines influence. What would that be? One word.
Persuasion. Persuasion, okay. Yes. You persuade. Yes.
Okay. One habit every authority figure must have.
One habit every authority figure must have. Listen more than you speak.
Fantastic.
Listen more than you speak.
Book or resource you would like to recommend?
There's a book by Jack Welch. It's titled Straight from the Gods. Straight from the Gods. It's about Jack Welch, who was the CEO of General Electric in US, one of the greatest CEOs that has ever headed the company in US. Yes.
Excuse me. So the biggest myth about becoming a thought leader, biggest myth,
is that only those who are in the C-suite can be thought leaders. Anybody can be a thought leader, but you must create your niche, Create a niche for create a niche for yourself. So it's not only those who are in the C-suite that can be thought leaders. The gate man can be a thought leader if he knows exactly what he's doing. The cleaner can be a thought leader, yes. The clerk can be a thought leader in his own area. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
In his own area. So it is a myth if you believe that only those who are up there can be thought leaders. You can be a thought leader no matter the level you are in the hierarchy.
Fantastic. The time I wish that we still have more time, but the time does not permit. I have to appreciate you. What an insightful section that we really had this evening. Thank you so much, Dr. Aseyin, for sharing your wisdom with us on a very important topic of influence and authority, becoming the go-to voice in your industry. And to our audience, excuse me, aim to be sought after. Aim to be sought after is very important. Remember that visibility gets attention, but value beats authority. This is very key. So don't just aim to be seen, aim to be sought after. This is for me, this has been an incredible session with Dr. Aseyin, but I'm not surprised. So it's a go-to. Sorry, I'm trying to get the name of somebody that's just joined. It's a go-to voice in our industry. That's what I can attest to.
Thank you,
so,
man. Thank you.
Thank you for doing what you know how to do best. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, man.
I would like to seize the opportunity to appreciate our audience, those who join us while the conversation was on, for your time, for your attention, for your engagement. And the names I was able to catch while we are on, we had Wendy Garuba Ayeni, our colleague, Femi Jaye Simi also joined us. Mr. Alhaji Ayoade joined us. Okay, my sister joined, Pastor Tope Omage. You're welcome. Taiwo Ojo, one of our regular joined from Abuja, and he actually hailed Dr. Aseyin doing Abuja Parapo. Then Pastor Peter Adebayo from Ikeja also joined, and a whole lot of others. Those are the Bayo Ayode, I've mentioned Alhaji Bayo Ayode joined us. Samson Ajibade also joined us. Thank you very much for what's that name? Okay. Thank you all for joining us. Those that have not been able to mention your name, please pardon me. You are all welcome. Okay. I've mentioned Garuba Ayeni. Thank you very much. I hope you have learned one or two things from our special guest today. Please, if you have found the session valuable, don't forget to share it with someone, tag someone who needs this message, and most importantly, take action on all the various recommendations that our guests have shared with us. Till next time, we have our next episode on another interesting topic, which is resurrecting your vision when business feels stuck. What next? So that's going to be our next topic. I will have additional guests to help us to dissect that as well. Please don't miss it. So the time is going fast. So I just want to appreciate all of you. And once again, my special appreciation to our very resourceful special guest who has really been awesome and inspiring. Thank you very much, Dr. Aseyin, for these great insights that you have shared with us today. So please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Comfort Eyitayo. Once you have done, turn on the notification button, like and share our videos. Stay updated with information about our upcoming events, solutions, and offer on my Instagram account at Comfort Eyitayo, as well as my Facebook at Comfort Eyitayo. I look forward to seeing you at our next conversation. Goodbye and God bless you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Yeah.